up. Cloud9 riding a high right now, stopping the unstoppable at least once, but if they want to win this, they're going to have to do it at least 2 more times.
Well, looks like the very first ban for Cloud9 will end up being Kale Thoughts. Are they trying to force themselves into an Uther?
Yeah, I think they're going to force Tempestorm to either ban out the Uther or Zeratul will pick their poison, right? Because both those heroes are such strong first picks, and they opt to ban Zeratul. They're confident that Cloud9, even if they have Uther, they can beat them.
All right, well, Zeratul does get banned. Let's see, first pick Uther.
It's very likely, but King Caffeine does like Leoric a lot. I think it's a little bit less guaranteed than the Tempestorm, but they do go for the first pick on Uther.
All right, well, we've already seen today when Dunk Train has Uther, it's pretty hard to take out anyone on his team, so definitely a good first pick there.
Yeah, nice job. Obviously getting Uther, like we were saying earlier, doesn't really reveal anything about what team comp you're planning necessarily, right? I mean, Uther's a pretty solid support guy. So I think that was a great job just taking that early on. Now it's going to be over here to Tempo Storm. They will get the next 2 picks.
You know, I want to ask you, Tasteless, who has the nicer beard, Uther or Dunk Train?
That's a good question. I'd say Uther.
Oh my, oh man.
It's Dunk Train by a mile, thank you very much. I don't see any Uther beards on posters.
I was liking the greatness in the beard. I thought it looked pretty wise. I think it looked quite presidential. But no, going into this, we actually have Jaina now being picked here for Tempo Storm.
Indeed, Jaina has been one of the very first picks pretty much every game in this tournament so far, and Leoric, of course, coming up next.
We talked about this, setting up for the potential Azmodan pick. Leoric is so very good when paired with that hero. The Skeletal Swing and Globe of Annihilation to get those big stacks, the farm on Azmodan, is so formidable going into the late game.
All right, so 2 picks coming up for Cloud9 now. Could we see a Johanna here for King Caffeine? I just love his Johanna.
You called it.
You did it, Artosis.
I did it, guys.
Artosis is from the future, guys. Artosis predicting Johanna, but we still got 1 more pick, and that's going to be Tyrande. Okay.
Man, Tyrande is such a hot hero here at the America's Championship.
All right, so really Cloud9, they're setting up for Kerrigan play. If Tempo Storm lets Kerrigan slip through, Tempo Storm Kerrigan paired with Johanna and Tyrande, Uther on top of that, there's stuns on all of those heroes, and the rotations will be very, scary. But they're scared of Sonya as well, banning her out.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to let the next ban then go to Cloud9.
Is it going to be an Azmodan? If they don't ban Azmodan, they actually ban Rhaegar, which will probably force, well, I mean, it could be a Malfurion, it could be Karazhan. We've even seen Brightwing this weekend.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see Malfurion, but I mean, expect anything. We've had some very interesting team comps so far in this tournament. But yeah, banning the Rhaegar. Okay.
What this means is they're going for the heavy early game rotations, and they're just going to try to deny the farming of Azmodan by killing him as often as possible in the early game.
All right, well, Vala gets picked up. Will they grab that Azmodan as you're talking about? I think it would go just fantastically with Leoric. Let's not forget they still do need a support as well.
And
they're Muradin.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, Tempo Storm shaking things up. They realize the threat. They're just going to play a double warrior, double assassin composition.
And Muradin's great here because even if he does get stunned, there is still an escape possible. So a little bit more wiggle room there from Tempo Storm. Cloud9 was really trapping him in that last game. Back over here to Cloud9, they have the final 2 picks for their side.
And this is like, I just want to talk about this.
Sure.
Both teams are really just trying to throw each other off. This is like so high level because they've played each other countless times in grand finals. They've seen these drafts happen, just about every single weekend it seems. And now Cloud9 going to try to lock in some more damage. They're going for Arthas, a big front line for them as well.
He has actually just grown in popularity throughout the weekend. Even have seen him as banned in one of the first 2 bans. We've seen him picked first. He's just performed fantastically this weekend.
And that's going to make just 1 more spot remaining here. And it's going to be Kerrigan. Okay, cool.
The Queen of Blades paired with this. This is the ultimate roaming composition. Howling Blast, Lunar Flare, Hammer of Justice, the Primal Grass, you name it. They have it all. But Tempo Storm, they need a support, and I'm feeling the Malfurion.
All right, let's see if they do end up picking up that Malfurion. This is going to be really fun to end up watching. No range damage on the side of Cloud9. Tempo Storm on the other side with 2 of the best in the game.
Tempo Storm getting ready now. We're so close to starting this.
Karazhan!
Cool, Karazhan. That final pick. An unexpected pick, by the way.
Yeah, no, I thought they might pick someone else, but you know what? Karazim can put out a lot of healing. Are you expecting that we see seven-sided strike, or are you expecting that we see Divine Palm here for Zero?
I'm feeling the seven-sided strike. When you have Johanna and Arthas as that front line of the enemy team, it's 8% damage based on that hero's health pool. So the larger the health pool, the stronger that heroic is. And you know, when you have Circle of Healing paired with, it's Circle of Life paired with Echo of Heaven, the two talents that really amplify the healing of Karazim, it makes him heal quite a bit.
It certainly does. Well, I'm excited to see what Kerrigan can get done here, because with that Divine Shield, she is one of the scariest in the game.
I think it would just be so crazy if we had Cloud9 take another game. I'm wondering if that was just a fluke. I'm wondering if Tempo Storm was getting maybe a little bit too experimental. But, you know, Tempo Storm rather too experimental. But, I mean, if Cloud9 upsets it here, I don't know, man. I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
If Cloud9 goes up 2-0, it's going to be a grim situation for Tempo, because last time they were down to Cloud9, they just completely choked and they just fell out of the competition. So they need to bring it back here. But I like their composition. It feels very middle of the road, but it's strong for Dragonshire. It's a rather safe composition. And yeah, I do truly think they were trying to set up for Asmodan. Backing away from that was the right call, considering the rotation of potential on the side of Cloud9.
Does anybody want to change their predictions before we start this?
For this game or for the match?
I think for the entire series after game one.
You know what? I'm going to stick with it.
I'm still saying
3-1. I'm still saying 3-1 for Tempo Storm.
I don't know, guys. This game is all about momentum, and that's what Cloud9 has on their side. I'm feeling the upset. Are you guys feeling it for Cloud9 here?
I mean, if they do it, it's going to be esports history right there. But, you know, I think you're totally right, Jake. I mean, it's a lot about momentum, right? And they definitely have that rolling. I mean, it was insane just how much damage was actually dealt early on. I mean, they've talked about how Tempo Storm really is a very calm, controlled team. But I would say even for a team like that, when you have an early game that was going that disastrously,
right.
I mean, I don't know, man. It can really kick up. I mean, the pressure can really pick up, you know?
All right, we can't dodge this topic. Yesterday, we saw Zuna playing a lot of Warriors, and he was playing very safely. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Zuna playing Murd in this game. He was going full ham, like Totino's Pizza Rolls. They're going to make a new flavor based on the way he was playing, because he was just so in there in that game, and he needs to be a little bit more passive, because they were punishing that like left and right throughout that game. So putting him on a hero like Murd, and when he has Dwarf Toss, he has an escape in these team fights, I think will be the right call.
All right, it definitely could be there. You know, the one thing I'm worried about for Cloud9 here is what happens as we get later into the game and Vala and Jaina stay alive for a little bit longer and are able to put that range damage out, because they don't really have a whole lot from range. They have to get in there and they have to start the engagement.
Exactly, and if they can turn that around, that's what Tempo Storm, that's the way they have to do it. Just kind of spread out, and they have a great retreat path, right? A big strafe from the back line, Blizzard hitting 2 to 3 targets. The damage will be critical and crucial tearing through Cloud9, because they don't have a lot of AoE healing.
We'll see if Uther can kind of single-handedly keep everyone alive over there. Of course, that Divine Shield going to be helping out quite a bit.
All right, we are ready to go into game number 2. Let's make some noise. Let's get hype. This is Tempo Storm versus Cloud9.
Over here on the left-hand side of Dragonshire in the blue, we have Zuna on Leoric, Soldier on Muradin, Arthalon on Jaina, Kale on Vala, and Dreadnought on Karazim. Give it up for Tempo Storm. And on the right, in the red, we have Duntrain on Uther, King Caffeine on Joanna, Fan on Arthas, K1 Pro on Tyrande, and iDream on Kerrigan. Make some noise for Cloud9.
All right, let's really keep our eyes open here for the early game. I want to see if there's any mistakes here in Tempo Storm's play. Looks like we're setting up an ambush, little bush party down there in the lower part of the center lane. Roaming here by Cloud9, and good job now. Just hitting Vala, so they detected that pretty well. And now we're going to have a small skirmish over here. Leoric taking actually a ton of it.
Whoa! And Leoric already falling. Zuna with his first takedown of the game.
I don't know where Totes. I feel like something's going on. Zuna is having a bad day.
So often people focus on how great Zuna Zeratul is, but so far in these 2 series, he's died quite a few times.
Can't believe Can't believe that happened. I think that's definitely a sign of, I think, more chaos to come here from Tempo Storm. You know, in the Heroes of the Storm, you really do have to operate as a team. You can't just like solo away the whole game and then come out and win. So if one player on the team is not playing well, I mean, it's going to be a pretty weak team overall.
Indeed, it would be. Now, we do have KO down in that bottom lane, and Kerrigan actually kind of going against him. Have a nice little rotation coming down. Nice stun going down on KO, but he's going to be able to pick up all of this experience, at least for his team.
And we now have a little bit of skirmishes, I should say, over here around the shrines. And actually, Arthas getting pretty low. Arthas, whoa, that was close. We almost saw York actually go down again. But yeah, Arthas does escape. Probably going to go tap the well. And this game continues on.
Oh, a huge combo right there by Cloud9. Taking out Karazim in a matter of seconds.
I can't believe this early game is actually looking like this. Cloud9 already off to a really good start.
Indeed they are, but you know what? This is the type of composition that they're playing with. They are able to get these early kills, and look at that. Oh, the greedy Hearthstone there by iDream has to back off.
And now center control here for Tempo Storm. They're going to be able to push that lane in just a little bit more. Notice Cloud9 constantly going into bushes and staying there, see if they can't pop out and get a gank at any point in time.
That's right. You know, this is how they want to get ahead in this early game. Get a few kills off. Oh, Kerrigan right now in a position. They whiff all of their abilities, though. Kerrigan coming in, trying to get those stuns. Does miss some nice pulling by Caffeine, though.
And actually, we have Johanna taking a decent amount of damage. Ironic trying to get away. Nice job there by Tempo Storm getting that takedown. And it looks like Tempo Storm may have to force Cloud9 back behind the gates.
Well, it looks like it's time at least for Kerrigan to go back and get some more mana. She is out for the time being, and the shrines are up. So we have Fan coming up to the top, gonna have to capture that. In the meantime, a scuffle down at the bottom.
Well, both shrines may be going to the control of Cloud9 right now. Levels fairly even. Cloud9 in just a little bit of a lead, but that can change at the drop of a hat.
That's right. It's anyone's game still at this point. And you would expect really Cloud9 to have an advantage in the early game with this type of hero composition. You know, they really can get a lot of kills off. Right now we do have Zuna though blocking out Fan. Nice stun there by Soldier, and it looks like Fan should be falling down.
Fan in a lot of trouble is taken down. Tempo Storm seems to be finding their ground here again as they are beginning to seize back this game and possibly this entire series.
All right, looks like Zuna going to be able to capture this top shrine. The bottom shrine, though, still in control of Cloud9. We do have Kerrigan down here, a very hard character to go up in solo against. But Tempo Storm clearing out this middle and maybe getting ready to go down bottom.
So right now, lanes up here, we have top just Leoric and Johanna. Looks like Johanna might actually try to come over here and possibly get this shrine. Leoric going to come around from the side. Those two characters going to have a very difficult time killing each other with the amount of damage they can take. But I like this over here from Tempo Storm, just running by here, grabbing the Siege Giants, and then running back. Going to see if they can't get a stronger push down there in the bottom lane. Probably also making it a little bit easier to then capture that tower down there.
Yeah, you know what? This is something we've seen from Tempo Storm throughout the weekend and really throughout their careers. Their timings on these mercenary camps, especially on Dragonshire, are awesome. They're always get them at great times. And look at this.
Oh my God! Actually, that's so sick! Ghosting through! Talk about split-second decision-making, actually, with that takedown there on Johanna.
Oh man, Zuna taking a lot of damage though, and gonna just go ahead and Wraith Walk out. Great moves here by Zuna after a rough start.
Yeah, I mean, Tempo Storm seems to be regaining their ground here. Definitely the plays more coordinated than we saw in the last game. We also see over here taking out the Bruiser camp, gonna get a strong push there in the top lane as well.
Yeah, looks like that is 2 mercenary camps against 0 right now from Cloud9. They're really not focusing on that at the moment. Still just trying to control these lanes and get some kills.
As the game goes on right now, Cloud9 on the run here. We have a lot of damage actually dealt down here. It looks like just barely Uther's going to be able to escape. But meanwhile, over here, a takedown there on Karazim.
That was a little bit rough, almost getting dunk trained, but just barely getting out of the range there. And right now, we do have both shrines for Cloud9. We do have Jaina coming up, poking into dunk train, but he is trying to get this candy. And yes, the first Dragon Knight goes to Cloud9.
And oh, beautiful! A takedown there. Tempo Storm now with only 4 heroes remaining. Dragon Knight just wrecking the entrance of the middle lane. And don't forget, level 10 is just around the corner.
Oh, in the meantime, a missed stun right there, but there is a connection. The nice move by K1 Pro and Dream to take him out, but it looks like Kerrigan has overdone it, jumping around the side, trying to buy some time for his team, but he will fall.
A lot of chaos here on the map. 3 players remaining for Cloud9. 1 in the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight rotating up here to the top. Going to try to take out these 2 towers up here. Leoric coming in here from behind. And it looks like Duck Train may have to actually back up.
That does boot Zuna right out of there, and Duntrain gonna have to run away. If he popped out of this right there, he definitely would go down, but a nice retreat for the time being.
Dragon Knight coming in, unable to go for the punt there on Leoric as the time does expire. Now we have Cloud9 coming up here to the top lane. Looks like they wanted to set up an ambush, but nobody was there to bite the bait.
Yeah, Zuna poking back out, but they've already moved. Right now, Tempo Storm moving down towards the bottom. We have 4 of their members down here. Only Zuna on Leoric up at the top, and it looks like they may want that bottom bruiser camp.
Yeah, and I think this is a great camp to go ahead and take down here. However, is Arthas going to come around? No, Arthas not actually going down here. So we have an engagement right over here. Kerrigan using her heroic.
And look at that. Oh, so much damage being done. 7-side strike coming out. Soldier has to hop out of here. In the meantime, Dreadnought taking a lot of damage, and Cloud9 forcing back Tempo Storm.
And so much damage being dealt over here at the gate. Leoric now coming in from behind. Zuna stunned there for a second. Kerrigan on the run. Beautiful heal there. Kerrigan now bouncing out. Arthas the focus of attention for the time being. And we have a stun right there on Johanna there.
We do have a nice pull in there from Johanna as well. A nice freeze by Arthas. We have Leoric falling down. Zuna slowing down Fan, and Dreadnought, one of the last ones left, does get taken out.
This is going to be a very strong push here for Cloud9. Cloud9 can be able to take down the bottom fort. This is huge. Cloud9 keeping that momentum going.
Yeah, it looks like Zuna is about to pop up on top of them. We do have 2 other heroes right above this lane as well, although they do retreat against the 5 stack of Cloud9.
Well, I think this might be a great moment for Cloud9 to come back and take these mercenary camps, and that's exactly what they're going to do. A stronger push down there at the bottom. By the way, that fort was not destroyed. I thought it was going to be taken out down there at the bottom. It is bruised, however, so I think taking these siege giants here, pretty smart move.
They've definitely got to keep some presence in that lane. That's going to be before they want to get, but look at this. Cloud9 coming in to steal the giants right now. Once damage being done to Leoric, who range walks out. A great condemn goes down, but the blizzard falls, and it looks like the 7-sided strike goes down as well.
They're going to get the mercenary camp. 2 kills there, and now Cloud9 with that advantage, keeping a lead, decides to back out and escape.
All right, looks like they do get to back out here, losing none of their heroes. They are absolutely in an advantage at the moment. They have 10 takedowns against 6. Zuna with quite a few of those deaths as well, but he's going to stay in this bottom lane and try to make sure that they don't lose their key.
Guys, I think we're going to have the Dragon Knight take it again here, going up. Will they be able to stop it in time? It's almost there. It is!
And King Caffeine is now the Dragon Knight, pushing into the center here. Gonna drop kick Leoric out, but right now we do have Jaina and the rest coming up here, stunning down Caffeine, trying to stop them from taking down their fort.
They got to defend this fort with everything they got. They are very quickly losing control of this game. Also, Cloud9 doing a good job, not having too much damage being distributed there on the Dragon Knight. And we see, it looks like Leoric punted away again there.
And right now they're going after the fort. We do have Van coming in, dealing a lot of damage right there. Jaina did fall, trying to punt once again. A nice raid block by Zuna. Caffeine taking a lot of damage, but they're going after these towers in front of the key.
Completely decimating the middle lane. The turrets have almost been taken down. And remember, middle lane, that's the quickest way to actually get to that core.
The Dragon Knight has been at 1% health for the past 15 seconds, still not going down somehow, some way. Finally, it does fall, but a great advantage for Cloud9 at level 15 against 13.
Dragon Knight with 1% health probably stubbed his toe or something. That was enough damage to take him out. He does manage to escape, though, as we can see right now. A chase over here. Cloud9 escaping back to their defenses. I gotta say, Cloud9 doing everything right here on Tosis.
Oh yeah, this was some great moves. I love the rotations of the mercenary camps by Tempo Storm, but Cloud9 finally starting to take some of theirs, doing a great job grabbing that Dragon Knight as well.
And this is something here for Tempo Storm, right? I mean, at least these bruisers can maybe help push the lane, maybe help deplete any bullets that are at the gate. But for the time being, Tempo Storm needs to win like a massive hero fight, and this might be the one they can do it at.
All right, Maelstrom does come out as well as Divine Shield on Kerrigan. In the meantime, Zuna in the back line there. A nice stun goes down. Kerrigan, he's solo, and he blows up. Right now, we do have Soldier going over into the Avatar. He's going after Arthas, but man, maneuvering around, dealing tons of damage.
We can actually get behind some body blocking here by Kerrigan. Burning out, and he pulled back in. Burning goes down, and this means that it's going to be 3 heroes out. Lior going to try to go away. Solo!
But Zuna looks like, oh, March the Black King, unstoppable. Will he get out? No! Very nice moves here by Cloud9, even hitting that gate in front of the keep a little bit. Looks like they will back up, though, and take this forward.
Beautiful play, just tearing through that team all the way to the gates. I do love that March of the Black King because that animation, you can't stop him when he's doing it, but it wasn't enough. He was taken out anyways, and this means map control going to go to Cloud9.
That's right. They're going to use this time, this map control, to go ahead, get some of these mercenary camps. Of course, Arthas, fully out of mana, going to have to go home with that Hearthstone and get some, but right now, the game has slowed down a little bit. The shrines are about to activate, but right before that, grabbing these mercenary camps is definitely the right call.
Yeah, a little bit of cleanup here on both sides of the map. First shrine, oh man, is it gonna happen again? Hold up. Okay, both shrines are activated. We see Arthas rushing over here. Now, Vala is gonna come up here and try to contest, but I think, no, Johanna's not gonna hold her ground here. I think this might just bury it. No way. That was like 1 second away from being completely and totally denied. But Dragon Knight, once again, they're going to go for the top lane now, pushing here.
That's right. Fan going for it at the moment. Shrink Ray being used there on Karazim, trying to take him out. Uses 7-side strike to dodge that stun. Great move by Dreadnought. He does get behind the gate, but Fan pushing forward.
And the Dragon Knight can actually zone out the other heroes while the rest of Cloud9 can go up here and take out this fort. So great play here, just getting in the right spot and really utilizing the positioning they had there.
This is just absolutely amazing. But you know what? At least Tempo Storm is trying to fight back right now in the bottom lane with these giants. We see Zuna on Lior pushing into this fort, seeing if he can get something done while all Cloud9 is distracted elsewhere.
And I gotta say, man, this game may end up with the same results as we had in Game 1. The results that I think nobody really expected, but everybody was excited might actually happen. Cloud9 possibly taking this into a 2-0.
It definitely could be the case, but it's not over yet. We've seen crazier comebacks by Tempo Storm before. They are still in this. They still have all 3 of their keeps.
Right now, Cloud9 backing up. Dragon has expired, so Arthas will be on the run here. Good job rooting there with Arthas. Johanna taking a lot of damage. Johanna should be able to get away pretty easily. And now a seesaw battle back over here towards Tempo Storm. Tempo Storm going to take a lot of damage here.
7-side strike going down. Tons of damage there on Leoric, who does get healed up quite a bit. Soldier taking a lot. Beautiful stuns going down. But a nice heal on Johanna. Right now, we do see Dunk Train in a lot of trouble.
We do have one Uther actually taken down there, but it's 2 kills here. Tempo Storm now down to only 2 remaining heroes. And make that 1. It's going to just be Muradin here.
This is really bad.
Cloud9 may just make a beeline here to the core.
Look, as far as I know, Muradin cannot stop these 4 heroes. They are coming in. They are going after this keep, and 100% it will fall.
Yeah, the keep is going to go down. Now, they do have the luxury of possibly rotating to the top or to the bottom. Lior here able to soak up so much damage, but certainly not able to stay alive.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage there. Does delay them off the keep for a moment, but they do, of course, jump right back in. They want to make sure that they secure this keep kill, and it does go down.
Serious nuisance there. Catapult's not going to be pushing into that lane. So, it's a problem, Artosis. Tempo Storm is hanging on by a thread right now. Cloud9, by the way, moments away from hitting level 20.
Yeah.
That's going to make them a lot stronger in every fight they have.
That level 20, giving them those storm talents, that is going to be absolutely huge. You're going to have things like Johanna having a second life, Uther having a second life. You know, there's so many things that are going to be going right for them at that point. I don't know how Tempo Storm will come back, but they're going to need to get 20 on their own.
Got to say, impressive steal there by Tempo Storm. Pretty gutsy play, but they do actually manage to take those Siege Giants, and obviously they're not going to do too much damage, but at least Cloud9 can't be using those Siege Giants to push in to Tempo Storm's lane.
All right, well, we're getting very close to level 20 and those storm counts. Can't wait to see what these guys want to pick here for Cloud9. Right now, Zuna trying to clear this bottom bruiser camp all by himself. Might need a little bit of help to get this done in a timely manner, but the Dragon Shrines are up, and it looks like it's time to see who can collect the next Dragon Knight.
Oh man, if Tempo Storm comes back from this, it would be incredible. I just think they're gonna have to win maybe 1, 2, 3 major battles in a row. By the way, Lyric now having to ghost away. Tempo Storm actually getting separated. Each hero actually isolated.
That's right, Lyric has taken out Jaina as well right after her ice block. That is 2 quick kills there for Cloud9, taking extreme advantage of this level 20 advantage.
And we now have both, as its bottom shrine is going to be contested here. And that means that it's nobody's dragon just yet. But there's a skirmish up here between Fan and Dread, and reinforcements are on the way.
Uh-oh, KO coming up to try to help out, but King Caffeine from behind. K1 Pro as well, and instantly getting blown up. Dreadnought going to fall also. Does throw down set-aside strike, but that absolutely won't be enough.
Now is Tempo Storm's chance. They might, no it's not, actually they got the shrine back there right away, so it goes in and switches back. It looks like actually it's going to be Cloud9's shrine again here, and they are in position. Arthas is ready to go.
I'd be surprised if this doesn't turn into a victory for Cloud9. They have 5 up, they have the Dragonite, they have a straight path to the core with still 2 heroes down, the healer and Bala for Tempo Storm. I don't know how they'll be able to hold.
The Dragon Knight is pushing forward. Leoric taken out again and again here. The core is getting weaker. Right now, Tempo Storm has to do everything in their power to try to stop it. It just doesn't seem like there are enough heroes.
And this looks like it should be it. We have Soldier trying his best, but with this many out there, Arthalon running around, admitting defeat, and that is it. GG!